let's do it, Dan. Let's talk the Chiefs. We're going with the win total of 11.5. We're talking season win totals. In the comments section, let us know if you like the over-under on the Chiefs. Polarizing team. Lot going on with this Chiefs team. Or is there? Is there a lot going on with this team? Offseason moves. They did sign Moore, the left tackle. They added some D-line depth. I actually think this Rashid Rice coming back is going to completely make that offense like a juggernaut. PFF ranked their offense 14th. But the big thing for me is they've just become a defensive team. The PFF had them ranked second in defense. This isn't like the Tyreek Hill high-flying offense. We'll go through their schedule. They got some tough ones at up front. Back end gets a lot easier. They start Chargers, Eagles, at Giants, Ravens, at Jags, Lions, Raiders, Commanders, at Bills, at Broncos. And here's where it starts to slow down. Colts, at Cowboys, Texans, Chargers, at Titans, Broncos, and Raiders. Your thoughts on the Kansas City Chiefs?
Well, Andy, I know you and I are going to be disagreeing on this one because from other teams that we've talked about in division, I think it was the Denver Broncos that we did a preview on, and I am bullish on this division, yet I am bearish on the Kansas City Chiefs. I get it. They go over this every single year. It's been wash, rinse, repeat. But how many of those years, Andy, did they get, guaranteed wins in their division? That ship has sailed. Every single team in this division has gotten better, in my opinion. Okay, you add the tackle. Kansas City Chiefs are the team in this division that has stayed the exact same. And if you're not always innovating, if you're not always raising your game, you're going to fall stagnant. And yes, that defense is stellar. Don't get me wrong. But how many times, Andy, do we see, when a playbook comes out on a team? This Kansas City, everyone talks about, Super Bowl hangovers. And why do we just make it agnostic for a team who's not only having a Super Bowl hangover? They're a team, Andy, who had a documentary following them around all last year because we're going to three-peat. We're going to be the first team to ever do it. And then all of that air comes out of those tires. Travis Kelce looks like a shell of himself, and I think the talking heads who were like, look at how fat Pat Mahomes looks. That's idiotic. Like, it's the offseason, and Pat Mahomes is never a pinnacle. He's not walking around with 8-pack. Pat Mahomes will be just fine. But I just think it's a fact that this team who has beat up on every little brother in this division is finally going to get punched back. And you laid out the schedule there well. You'll say that the Colts is a guaranteed win. I'm not so sure because I think the Colts are going to be a little bit better this year. But outside of, the Colts will put them on the list. Titans and Jaguars are the only games that you say those are guaranteed wins for this team. In my opinion, you can say, they're going to beat up on the Raiders. We don't know what the new Raiders are going to look like with Pete Carroll. So I'm pretty strong on this one, Andy, towards the under 11.5 wins. Not only do I think they're going to be around 10 wins this year, I don't think they win this division. That's the gauntlet that I have tossed down. If you're giving me the field versus Kansas City Chiefs in this division, I'll take that bet all day long. Tell the folks why I'm wrong, because I'm sure the chat is being like, Dan, what the hell are you talking about?
No, we're kind of split here. Wolfeye says Chiefs overrated. Boo Taylor Swift. There's your analysis.
That's honestly under. That's right. All you need to say. Under. There you go.
I could just be the complete villain of the show and be like, who I love? Angel Reese and Taylor Swift. I want to go. Those are my two favorite celebrities. Okay, I'm just going over 6-1 on this over with Mahomes as the starter. I can't argue the Super Bowl hangover. That has really seemed to be true. I just think every time I get a Mahomes and Andy Reid team, I'm taking the over. It's like Jalen Hurts. Any team that has Jalen Hurts, I'm just going to be a buyer on.
And for what it's worth, I was also on the under 11.5 for the Eagles. So for me, it just, when these numbers start getting up there crazy, you're assuming everything goes perfectly right for the team, and I get it. The Chiefs cash this every single year, Andy. So I could look like an idiot, but I'm not the person who's been calling my shot on the Chiefs every single year. A lot of people have said, they're going to regress. They're going to regress. I haven't been that guy. But this year, I think you are going to see, because Before it was they got to beat up on the entire division. I don't think that's the reality personally anymore. And that's where the lean towards the under, or the play on the under, comes in for me, is this division has gotten markedly better. Yes, the Kansas City Chiefs still have Andy Reid, they still have Pat Mahomes, but this division isn't just the little brother they get to beat up on anymore. They're punching back.
And the other big case you can make for the under is, like, how many crazy one-score games did they win last year? I mean, you could have made the case,
I guess,
but
I have to, Andy, be a fly on the wall in the officiating meetings and the NFL script writers, because if I'm in there and I'm a fly on the wall for the NFL script writers, I'm gonna know if they go over or under, right? I need to see the script.
The script writer. I love it. I hate to be the guys that have season-ending injuries when they read that script for the first time. That's just got to be.
I know. You're like, shit. You're at the table read, and you're like, what? I'm out week 1. Messed up.
Pulled hamstring in week 2. It's a contract year. So my take on the close one-score games is that's what great teams do. That they win the close games. They plan for it. They're ready for it. So I'm just blindly taking Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes to do well. It's gone over 6 out of 7 games. I'm in on the 11.5. Your point makes all the sense in the world. I can't argue with everything, but we are going to be in disagreement on this one.
They have to comment below. This is the thing you comment about today. Drop below in the comments, Kansas City Chiefs over or under.